that today. So if it does, just Alex take over. Oh, it went.
Right.
Okay, can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, it did it. Okay, so everyone, I'm so excited to have you guys tonight. We have a few people from Alex's team that are on tonight who stayed up late enough. We love you guys for doing that. Well, tonight I asked guest speaker Alex Ray to be on the call with us tonight. She is a triple diamond. She just earned a lot of bonuses this last week. Last month. I guess it was last week. The end of the month yeah. Anyway, so she earned the triple diamond bonus, which was $50,000. Plus, she took her husband diamond, emerald and then diamond. So she earned the 2,000 plus the 20,000. So just last month, she earned over 72,000 in bonuses. You earned the diamond bonus as well.
And the double.
And the double diamond bonus. So she's earned every single bonus available to her besides the ruby bonus that wasn't invented when she went ruby, or I'm sure she would have gotten that too. So Alex, go ahead and share a little bit about your story and your journey with us.
Well, I'm Alex Ray, as you all know, and I've been with It Works for about 2.5 years now. I started July 24th of 2000. Oh my gosh, 13?
Yeah, because I started in 2012.
Yeah, 2013. When I started It Works, I was living in my parents' house in Toledo. My fiance at the time was deployed, and I told him I had known Sarah Rankin for years. And I told him I was going to spend $99. I was going to start my own business with It Works. And he was like, you're just going to waste your money. You're not going to make any money, blah, blah, blah. Well, that just added fuel to my fire, and I wanted to prove him wrong. And so fast forward a couple months, we were living in Colorado in February when I went ruby on my honeymoon in Hawaii. And then after that, what?
You lived in Colorado? You really have lived all over.
Yeah, for every promotion, I've been in a different state.
Oh. Okay, so take note, you can live wherever and still promote.
Yeah, I was in Hawaii when I promoted to ruby. When I promoted to diamond, I was in Colorado. When I promoted to double, I was here in North Carolina. So as long as you have your phone on you, you can be working this business. That's all I got to say.
Okay, and I love that Alex brought that up because she is a rock star at recruiting, literally is a rock star, and she kills it with Instagram and Facebook. So talk to us a little bit about your Instagram. I messaged her today and I told her she has to give me all her tips and tricks because I use Instagram and I get a few people off of it, but I know you get majority of your business off of Instagram, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to take notes and turn it over to you.
Okay, so let me just start by saying that everyone should download this app. I'm going to show you a picture of it. It is called Get Followers. Hold on, hopefully I can do this if you guys can see it. See this one right here with the little people? Download that app because you can follow a whole bunch of people and you'll build up coins. I know this may be, nothing exciting for you guys, but you're going to build up coins. The more coins you have, the more people are going to follow you back. So instead of you going to Instagram and having to follow all these people and it just is so time consuming, download that app, get as many coins as you can, and then you'll get more followers without wasting time on Instagram following a bunch of random people.
And she doesn't pay for the coins. So you don't have to pay for the coins.
Yes, it's all free. It's super easy. So what I do is I'll spend, a little bit of time following. Some people are getting followers from that app. And as I post, I make sure that I have like a 3 rule. I'll post, a personal picture. I post a picture about the products. I post a picture about the business. And I'll do that within a couple hours of each other, get some likes. And if I get some comments, then I'll direct message that person. But then after a couple days, I delete those It Works posts because I don't want someone, who follows me new go to my page and see like I'm just spamming It Works. Like nobody wants to see all that. They want to see, personal stuff too. So I make sure I do the same thing on Facebook. I don't keep my It Works posts up all the time. I'll hide them from my timeline. So if someone does go and look at my page, they can see, that I am not a robot. I'm like an actual human and I have a life. So definitely follow that 3 rule on Instagram. Post personal, post business, post a product. After a couple days, delete that. And as for those people who like your post, go and like a couple of them. So that way they know like that, like I said, you're not a robot, like you're actual human, and you can like some of their things as well.
Okay, so you said you direct message them. So
Yes.
is that after you have built a relationship with them, or if that is a new person that has just liked your Instagram, do you direct them, and what do you say?
I wait until they comment on my picture, because I'm kind of iffy about cold messaging. Like I want those people to we want those people to come to us. Like if they come to us, we know that they have a why. We know that they're going to work.
And that's with your product post too, and not just your business post.
Yes. Yeah. Sorry. So if they comment on my pictures, then I'll keep that conversation going on my picture, because if they ask like for a price, or if they ask a question about the business, like I want other people to see it too. It might intrigue them a little bit. And I always post my phone number on my post or my email. I don't know if some of you guys might be weird about that, but make sure that you're always keeping, some form of, communication with them, that they can get a hold of you. And if nobody is commenting on my post and I notice that some of the same people are liking them, then I will send them a direct message like, hey, thank you so much for the love. Thank you for the like. If you ever have any questions, here's my email, here's my phone number. Like I want them to have that way of getting a hold of me. And I want them to know, like, I want me to like be fresh in their mind. Like I don't want them to go out and find somebody else. So that's why consistency is key. And even if they're not commenting back, like follow up with them anyways. Follow up with them until they tell you like, I'm going to block you or delete you.
Or they just disappear and
yeah,
blocked you and deleted you. Okay. And so with that, so on Facebook, you are very good at incorporating lifestyle besides just before and after photos. So talk about that for a little bit.
I really like to, because a lot of people, they don't think they have time for this business, or, they don't think they're going to have the support. And so I like to, like, if for some reason, whenever I'm at the gym or getting my hair done, I seem to do the best work. And so I'll post like a selfie of me, like under, like I use Snapchat, and I've gotten more followers on Snapchat, and I'll post a picture of me under like the heating thing or whatever, and be like, just signed a loyal customer.
So this is another question with Snapchat. I'm seeing a lot more leaders doing Snapchat. Do you feel like you are getting leads from Snapchat?
Yes, I do, because some people like will steer away from Instagram and Facebook because they don't want to see it works. And it's like, hey, I'm still here on Snapchat. Like,
right.
Don't forget about me.
I need to do more. Okay.
Yeah. But it's also like Snapchat's like real life, I feel like it's right there in the moment.
Yeah, which I agree with.
So my lifestyle post on Facebook, I'll post like a selfie with my daughter, and, or like a picture of me with her and like my computer in the background, like doing team calls or team Zoom or something. Like I want them to know that no matter who you are, what you're doing, or where you're at, you can incorporate this business into your lifestyle. Like you just have to make it look appealing. People want to know like how they can manage this business in their lives.
I love that. I'm just taking notes. Don't mind me.
Okay.
I just had a question that just left my mind. Of course it did. So let's go to the 2 questions that I sent you, or 3 questions that I sent you earlier. So I'll think of the other ones. I think I wrote them down.
I'm trying to find them.
Hold
on. Something about, here.
Okay, and then
what?
So, go ahead.
Oh, I was just about to read the question. It says, what specific things do you do every single day to get LCs and DTs? What I don't like to say get, because I don't want to get or got anybody, just because like I try to make my social media, because I'm really super shy, and like doing things like this make me nervous.
She always says that, but since the day I met her, she hasn't been shy, but whatever. We'll just pretend you're really shy.
Yeah.
For anyone who's shy or feels like they are shy, Alex Ray apparently claims that she's shy, and she still kills it in this business. And that's another way of working social media, is because of that shy personality. You can work social media and no one will ever know that you're shy. Because I honestly did not know Alex was shy until I think Sarah's team call on Monday that I was like, oh, she's shy. Like that's never crossed my mind. So before you go into getting LCs, talk about that shyness and kind of what you did to overcome that with blitzing. I know a few girls have said they're so nervous to blitz people because they feel like they're shy and they're quiet or timid.
Yeah. It can be really extremely like it can be intimidating. Like you don't want to, have word vomit or like say the wrong thing and offend somebody. So what I like to do is I always like to wear my It Works stuff because if anything, like you're a walking advertisement, like you're a walking billboard. And if the shirt says It Works, people want to know like what works. So if you're wearing a shirt and 9 times out of 10, somebody's going to come up to you and be like, well, what works? And then that is like your key to hand them a blitz card and be like, well, this is what it is. This is what it does. But my ultimate favorite thing to do is when someone asks me, what is It Works, I like to give them my blitz card and like on the front, it'll say like, this is what it is. You flip it over, this is what it does. And then I like to have them find me on Facebook and I'll tell them, friend me on Facebook, or send me a text with your name and number and I'll enter you into a wrap raffle. And that way you have them on Facebook. They're watching you post. That way you don't have to get them on the phone all the time. Or if you have their name and number and you do a wrap raffle, you can let them know, hey, I'm sorry you didn't win this week, but if you'd like me to enter you in for my next week wrap raffle, you keep them intrigued. You keep them coming back. Like you want them to come back for more.
I love that. So thank you for sharing that. So let's go through with Maddie's question, how she said, what specific things do you do every single day to gain your loyal customers and your distributors?
Well, the beginning of every month, I always write down my potentials, my potential loyal customers, my potential distributors, whether that's from last month, 6 months, a year ago. I always write them down. Until they tell me to leave them alone, they're going to go back on my list. They don't know that yet, but they are. And so I just follow up. Like, I know it sounds silly, you guys, but honestly, follow up with them. Let them know, hey, I need 5 more people for hair, skin, and nails, and I can show you how to get 40% off, 10% back. We really want to stress, our great loyal customer perks, the referral program, everything like that. You just have to make it seem exciting. And if you make it seem like you truly do care about, helping them, their hair grow or helping their weight loss, then they're going to think that you're genuine and they're going to want to sign up and try the product.
When you follow up with them, what is the key message that you send to them with a follow-up?
I just say, I wish I had some of my messages. I should have pulled my messages up.
My messages always change, but do you have?
I know, yeah. It kind of.
You know what? This is your time or anything.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
kind of obviously it goes off of each person, and I tell my team that all the time is that it really does go off of each person in the conversation that you've had with them, because every conversation could be totally different.
Yeah. For example, like I know a lot of us, probably most of us, get a lot of people who ignore us. And if I know that I'm about to message somebody who hasn't messaged me back and I've sent them 7 messages, I'll be like, hey, I'm so sorry if I'm bugging you. Like, I just really know that you could benefit from this. And I know that you've reached out to me and you really want to lose weight. We've got this great It Works system. Like, I try to kind of, there's this trick that I was taught from one of my uplines. And if someone is messaging or someone is ignoring you, if you message them and be like, hey, I'm so sorry if I offended you, if I'm so sorry that I bugged you, most of the time people don't want you to feel like you've offended them or you have bugged them or you've annoyed them. And so
that also goes along with distributors as well. I feel like I have distributors, and I know you're the same way, that sign up and then they go into witness protection program. At least I do. I know I do.
Yeah.
And so that wow factor plays off both ways with your potentials and distributors. We all, and this is coming from another awesome recruiter, she has those people that she signs up. I hope she has as many as I do.
Oh, yeah.
That just disappear. That we're like, okay, you're the one who came to us. And so maybe talk about, so continue on with the wow factor and how that works with people.
Yeah, just make sure when you're follow up with these people, like I said, and if they're not messaging you back, use the I'm so sorry if I've offended you approach, because if that doesn't work, then we wash our hands with them and try again next month, because you just have to keep trying. Like I tell my team, if they forget about you, they're going to sign up with somebody else, and you do not want them to forget about you. So that's why consistency is key. Follow up is key.
I agree. I love that. The next question we have, so kind of tell us the day of Alex Ray. That wasn't a question on there, but I'm going to ask you that.
Well, I wake up when my daughter wakes up. And if I wake up before them, then I'll get myself ready for the day. I'll send out some messages because I know that is like my time to think with no distractions. So if you have that opportunity to, if your kids are napping or if you have to go for a poop and I don't know, send out some messages whenever you can. You know what I mean? So in the morning, I'll wake up, I'll try to get ready for the gym. I'll send out my messages. And once the kid wakes up, I take Bentley to school, I go to the gym, and as I'm doing my cardio, I do some more messages because Tatum's in the daycare. So I really, really, really take advantage of that free time away from the children because, my husband's in the Army, so who knows? You never know when he's coming home. But there's always a way to work this business. And when Ryan comes home, we've got that, that family time for dinner, baths, get the kids ready for bed. And once Ryan's in bed, here I am doing a team Zoom. So there's always time to fit this business in. Like when I hear people say there is no time, I don't have time, like I just want to shake them.
Shake them.
Seriously.
I love that. And then we have our next question, which I think you kind of answered. What's your best advice on closing those loyal customers that are sitting on the fence? Those loyals or distributors that are sitting on the fence?
I guess I feel like I have the best closing rate when I remind them that, they're not alone in this business, because a lot of people, that's their biggest fear. They think, they're going to join and they're going to be alone and be thrown to the wolves, and they're not going to have any training, or they're not going to have that, camaraderie with people. So I think when I have the best closing rate when I tell them, like, listen, I have the opportunity to help you go to the top. And if, it's an effort-based business, and if you're going to put in that effort and I'm going to see that you're going to work this business, then I can help you. But if you're going to sign up and you're going to sit on your thumb, then, you're only going to get as far as that. So if you remind these people that they are not alone and that, we have an amazing team, we're one team, one mission, we all work together. I think that really turns people's wheels, and they're like, okay, I'm not going to be in this alone. We're going to work together. I'm going to have the help.
I love that. Does anyone, we have a few, I know we have a few of your team members on. Does anyone have a question for Alex right now? I can't see some people's faces, so I don't know.
No, me neither.
Where they went. But so Alex, you are awesome. I know all of us are going for promotions this month. So volume is key right now. What is something you do to push that volume and getting those customers ordering, your past customers ordering, anything like that?
Well, when I was going for my promotion, I reached out to, even on I don't know much about, your guys' teams or who's got how many distributors or whatnot. But if you guys have distributors who are not working anymore, reach out to their loyals. Their emails are right there in their accounts. Send them a message and be like, hey, we've got the new It Works system. We have the energy drink. We now have the cleanse. They probably don't know that we have those new products. So if you're reaching out to them and letting them know, then that could be extra BV towards your promotion. So, nobody is off limits in this business. Nobody. Who are we to keep that, the opportunity or those products from those people? They probably have no clue. And I made sure that I had products, and I was like, okay, I'm going to try to find 5 people for the hair, skin, and nails. I'm going to find 7 people for the cleanse. And I let them know hey, I've only got 5 spots left. I got 3 more people pending. Let them know that people are signing up, and those spots are being taken, because they're not going to want to miss that opportunity, And if
absolutely love that.
When I was going,
know that it's not open and available to everyone and anyone.
Right. Yeah.
I love that.
Yes. And when I was going diamond, I was living in Colorado, and I had Ryan's help or whatever, but I I reached out to all my friends and family and I let them know, like, hey, I've got this humongous bonus on the line and anything could help. And a lot of people saw my excitement on social media. And even if I couldn't do anything back for them in return, like they wanted to see me win. They wanted to see me succeed. And so they wanted to help. And I made it exciting to the point where, like, if someone placed an order, they'd message me, a couple hours later, like, how close are you? What can I do to help? And then that's when you throw in the referral system. So you just have to be super consistent and exciting on social media. You have to make people love you.
I love that. Absolutely love that.
Another thing that I did, I don't know, sorry. I'm like getting excited for you guys.
Get excited. We like being excited.
I know. I'm so excited. These bonuses are amazing. And I'm pretty sure, I don't think he's going to bring them back next month. Like, I don't want to scare anybody, but I don't know. It's just a feeling. But
this is the time. Well, he said over and over, this is the last time you can get these bonuses. And so when Mark says that, usually he gives little clues of something's happening next month or whatever his clues might be. But he was very specific in that video that he launched on, it was the 1st, right? Or the 2nd, whatever day he launched it at. This is the last month these bonuses will be offered. This is the time to get your distributors on the call, get your potentials and say, if you want that $1,000 Ruby bonus or Emerald bonus, or I would not doubt if someone signed up today, you can find a rock star who can absolutely go diamond by the end of the month and get that $20,000 bonus. Because these are life-changing experiences. And I know a lot of you guys are thinking, oh, well, they've said that before and they brought back the bonuses. Every time he has brought back the bonuses, the call, he kind of hints towards something else happening. But he said, I think he repeated it 3 times on that call, that these are the last, this is the last month for these bonuses to be offered. And so, go ahead.
I had one more tip for, filling volume and stuff like that. I don't know. This was something that I enjoyed doing because I know there are tons of other network marketers out there. I know I'm friends with a million unique people. What's the other one? The bracelets, like Keep Collective or whatever. I've got some other girl who sells jewelry, but they wanted to help me. And I told them, in return, after I get paid, I'll host an online party for you. Or, I'll order something from you if you order something from me. I don't know how many of you are comfortable doing that, but, it helped me out a lot because we're all in this together. Like, we're all network marketers and we know how tough it is to build our businesses. And, we like that support. And at the end of the day, we should support them because we're all the crazy ones, So if you have the opportunity to do something like that, it's a really good idea.
Yeah. So speaking of people giving up, so for example, I have one of my girls who signed up last month. She's posted a total of 3 times, maybe on Facebook. She messaged me and just said, this isn't for me. I'm not getting anyone to come in. Okay, so with that, talk about consistency and how often you post to make this business. I always tell my girls, you have to do the work to make the paycheck. It doesn't just happen that you just got $97,000 in bonuses. It takes work.
Yeah. If you treat it like a hobby, you're going to get paid like a hobby. If you treat it like a business, you can get paid like a business.
I love that. Then I had one more question, I think, and I don't know where it went. So on your Instagram, you do the 3 rule, delete them.
And reuse them.
And reuse them.
Yeah.
And then those people that you start following, how do you connect with them and create that relationship with them?
Once I follow them, if you have the time, you could write a list of like your new followers. This is for people who have time. Like, I don't have a whole lot of time, so I try to remember in my brain who I've followed. But as soon as I see that they've followed me, I will go and like a couple of their posts, and then almost instantly they'll do the same thing. They'll like your post. So you keep liking their things, they'll like your things, and that way they're fresh in your newsfeed on your Instagram. And so you're kind of just building that relationship by liking their things. Like, sometimes you don't even have to say anything. And so you draw in their attention, and they're seeing your It Works post, and they'll start liking your It Works post. And then once it's gone that far, then you know, if they've liked a couple of your It Works posts, then you can send them a message just like Facebook and thank them for the support and let them know, if they need anything to contact you.
I love that. So Alex, you are a very busy woman and you are married with 2 children.
And
How do you apply adding your kids into your business and into your daily life?
if you can afford it, get the kids the It Works clothes because Bentley's in preschool right now, and he wears the It Works shirt or whatever. It's got like number 1 on it, and his teachers will ask him like, "Well, what's that?" And he'll be like, "It's my mommy's job. She signs distributors." And so when I walk in there, and what's funny is like this is how many people like don't know anything about it. Bentley's preschool is extremely small. And there's another It Works distributor like 3 classrooms down from his, and his teacher has no idea what it is. Like there's another distributor working there and they don't know what it is. Like you have to take advantage of that. So if you have to dress your kids in It Works clothes or leave a Blitz card in their take to school folder, somebody's going to grab that Blitz card. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I love that.
yeah.
Okay, and then so a lot of you guys know she's Triple Diamond. She enrolled a few months after I did. And what I love about us is we are complete sidelines. We're actually both under Sarah Rankin. She's personally enrolled to Sarah, and I'm on Sarah's like 80th level. Not really. I think we did the count, and I think it was 12. But we did that, and the best advice I can give you is we're both going for presidential right now, is find your accountability partner that you can work with. That on just the other day, we did a Zoom call together and shared each other's tips and tricks with each other. So find someone going for the same rank as you or close to the same rank and be accountability partners with them. Because I know if I'm having a bad day, I can be like, Alex, tell me, like, get me in the spirit. Or if she's having a bad day, or we can literally cheer each other on when we're going for our promotions of, oh my gosh, I still have 10,000 more BV to go. Can I do this? Is this possible? Anything and everything is possible. I know, so you guys know, Katie Harold, who was on the call with us last week, is actually Alex's upline, who they both said, or Katie told us a few days left of the month how much volume she had left. And you still had about 5,000 a few days left?
Yeah, I had 5,000. When I was going diamond, the last day of the month, I still needed 9 distributors. And like
the last day of the month.
Yeah.
Okay, so the last day of the month, you guys, she had 9 distributors she needed. And she made it happen. And you got, it was the diamond bonus 10,000 then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So look at how that, so meaning she needed 9 distributors still. She needed them in the 400 club. So 9 times 4, I'm not good at math, so anyone can do that. And she made that happen to go diamond. So you guys, today's the 13th of the month, right? Is today the 13th? How much she made happen the last day of the month, what you can make happen for the last 15 days of the month. That just gave me chills. I didn't know that about you. So we always learn something new. So going Triple Diamond, I know you were in the same situation as Katie, that you had that low volume. So you got on the phone, you called your loyal customers. And did you also call those people that you're related to and ask them for a favor?
I did. I sent out a mass text to uncles, aunts, cousins, anybody. They still think I'm crazy. They don't believe my paycheck, but
don't you love that when you're like, oh, weird, because it's paying for all these things. I'm not just making it up. Like, this money's coming from somewhere, guys.
Yeah, I mean, my mom and my dad, like they still don't believe it. My uncles think it's crazy, but I don't care. I don't care. But I sent out a mass text to my family and I let them know like, hey, you know, if you've got a personal order, or if you're interested in being a loyal customer, like I'll return the favor as, you know, any way, shape, or form that I can. If I have to babysit my cousins, dog sit somebody, I'll do it.
There you go. I love that. So I know you got to go to bed because it's really late there. What is your last tip for these girls that all absolutely do love you and adore you, and they all follow you, just so you know, on Facebook? And so,
oh my gosh, you guys are making me blush. I'm nobody. I'm just a normal person from Toledo, Ohio.
Toledo, Ohio.
Yeah.
And rewind, before this, she was a manager at a tanning salon.
Yes.
So she was working at a tanning salon every day. Fast forward 2 years, She's made over $97,000 in bonuses and her commissions off each month. So how awesome is that? Doesn't show that you have to have love Jamie over here.
I
It
know.
doesn't matter what you do. You can be a tanning manager, a tanning salon manager, and doesn't matter what your business is.
No, it is. It's true. As if you have your phone in your hand, which everybody does, everybody's playing on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever, you should be working your business. There should be no excuses. You need to stay consistent, and you need to talk to everyone you make eye contact with. If you have to wear the same work shirt every single day, I don't care. You need to do it.
I love that. And before we end tonight, I'm going to leave you guys with this. If Alex Ray got 9 distributors and all of them in the 400 Club in one day, none of you all have any excuses for the next 15 days. Okay?
Guys, just imagine what you could do in the next 15 days. Like, it's big things can happen. And if you need to Vox me or message me or Facebook me, I don't care. I will help do whatever I can to get you guys there. Do not let this opportunity pass you by, because it's passed me by. I could have gone triple 9 months ago, and he took the bonuses away, and I was a mess. So don't be that person. Just run your asses off. Sorry, Samantha. Earmuffs.
I love it. Thank you so much, Alex, for joining us. Thank you, girls, for joining us tonight. Don't forget our potential Zoom for tomorrow night. For any potentials that you have, get them on our Zoom tomorrow night, and let's seal the deal and crank out this month.
Yes.
Okay.
Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you. Love you guys.
Mwah.